Hi you guys, it's me NeeCJae. Today I want to come to you with my top 5 Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. Perfect for mature skin. If you're interested in seeing this video, keep on watching, honey. Just let your beauty shine through. Let it shine through. I just want to share some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I don't wear eyeshadow all the time, and when I do, I like eyeshadows that are matte most of the time. And if I am trying to wear some kind of shimmer, I like Natasha Denona shimmers. They are perfect for mature eyes. You know, as you get older, your skin change, the texture on your eyelids change, and you need some kind of eyeshadows, if you prefer to wear eyeshadows, that do not accentuate the different textures on your skin as you age, especially on your eyelids, okay? So these are my top 5 Natasha Denona eyeshadows that I think are perfect for mature eyes, okay? I'm really into more matte eyeshadows, but when it comes to shimmers, these are some of my favorite. I have others, but these are the ones I reach for the most, okay? So without further ado, let's jump on into it. So the first Natasha Denona palette is the retro palette, okay? And these are the colors. As you can tell already, I've hit pan in quite a few of these. I use these quite often. I love this palette. The formula of the products are just awesome, okay? They're great. I just like the creaminess of the shimmers. See, even when applying, let me just take some of the shimmers and just apply them on my hand. The shimmers are just beautiful. Just see. Shimmers are really creamy, they're really silky feeling, and I just like the way they go on. Okay, so the shimmers, I have like 1, 2, 3, about 4 or 5 shimmers in this palette, and most of them are, the rest of the palette is matte. I just like the color story of this whole palette. It's beautiful. This is always me. I love this palette. I reach for it quite often. I love the pinks and the mauves and the purples, and these are just perfect, okay? And like I said, the shimmers are wonderful. So yeah, Natasha Denona, the retro palette. You should be. All right. The next palette on my list is the neutral Natasha Denona palette, and it's the Bibba palette right here. Let me show you how this looks first. And let me open this up. Now, these are some of my favorite neutral colors. They have the browns, they have like the taupes. The shimmers are so, I mean, in this one, the shimmers are really silky, smooth. They feel almost like, I don't know, it feels so silky and just so creamy. It's amazing how she made these formulas to feel buttery. You know, they glide on, they're easy to blend. Love this, okay? And this is one of my favorite palettes because I am all about neutral palettes, okay? One of my favorite. It has like the browns and the cinnamons and the taupes and the mustard type colors. I love the color story on this. Her palettes are a little bit pricey, but they are so worth it and they last forever, okay? But if you're looking for a neutral base palette, this is one of the best ones that I've come across. Let me just show you this again. This color story. Hope it comes off good on here. Next on the list, and I'm kind of going in order of my favorites, okay? So yeah, I'm going in order. These are just some of my top favorite palettes, okay? And the ones that I love the most. The next one on my list is the Glam Palette, okay? I remember when this palette came out and everybody was talking about it, and I was like, oh, let me see. But when I purchased it and I started using it, I love it. I love this palette. Now, this one has a little bit more shimmers, and again, I don't use shimmers often. A lot of shimmers I do not use at all. But for some reason, again, the formula in Natasha Denona's shimmers are just so buttery and creamy. You do not even know. You don't, I mean, you know that they're shimmers, but they do not apply on your lids like shimmers, especially if you have aging eyes, aging lids, you know, with a little bit of texture. It does not emphasize the texture on your eyelids. Love that. Okay, and this is the palette right here. This is the the Natasha Denona, the Glam Palette. Okay, here it is right here. Let me show you how this looks. Purplish silver looking shimmer. I love that. So pretty. So, yeah, this is more of a smoky type looking palette to me, but I love it. I love the looks that you can create with this palette, and I will start using a little bit more of these palettes just to show you some of the looks. And again, this is it right here. Beautiful, beautiful smoky color story. And this is the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. Love it. Next palette on the list is the Lila Palette. Let me show you how this one looks right here. And let's turn this over. Now, this is one of my favorite palettes as well. Let me just show you this one. Oops. Here it is. Love this color story. One of my absolute favorite palettes. And again, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes, and the rest are shimmers. But these shimmers are beautiful, okay? They are so beautiful and creamy and just melt into your skin, and I love that. A couple of the shimmers that I like, let me just see if I can show you a little bit of these. And you've probably seen these palettes before, but you know, that's the colors right here. This palette is actually the palette I have on my eyes right now. I am using this shade right here. Let's see, it's this shade, and this shade. So on my lids. And the shimmer is so creamy, buttery. I love it. It does not show the texture on my eyes. One of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I use it a lot, especially if I'm going out and I do want a really nice, sexy, glamorous look. Yeah, this is one of my favorite palettes. I just like the pinks and the mauves and the purples, and I love the browns, the deep browns and the chocolates. You know, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. One of my favorite palettes is the Lila Palette, okay? By Natasha Denona. Love this palette. All right, last but certainly not least in my book is the Bronze Palette by Natasha Denona. Now, if you are into bronzy type looks, you know, the golds and the, you know, the shimmers and the golds, still a lot of browns in this as well. As you notice, I am a neutrally type person. I love neutrals, I love pinks and mauves and things. And the ones I use the most, as you can tell by looking at it, these are the ones I use the most. Yeah, and this is the Bronze Palette. And here's the color story of this one. Much brighter in person, you know what I'm saying? You can see it a little bit better, but these are beautiful. Here it is right here. Again, now these are your golds, your coppers. You know, it's like, I just love the golds, the coppers, the browns, the deep browns, all of this in this Bronze Palette. So beautiful. So beautiful, and these are my favorite. I just like the way the shimmers again go onto your skin. If you have tried Natasha Denona palettes, or you have some, tell me what your favorite palettes are. This one has all the golds and the coppers and the browns and the just the mustard type colors. love this palette. Love it, love it, love it. So that is all I have for you today. I hope this video was interesting and helpful, especially if you're looking for eyeshadow palettes. If you have mature eyes and mature lids like I do, I want to have a palette that has some of everything. Mattes and shimmers that look nice on mature eyes, okay? And look no further. These palettes, I promise you, are wonderful for mature eyelids, okay? So anyway, guys, thank you so very much for just taking time out to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. Peace and love until next time.
Bye. Before you say goodbye.